So, just finding your spot as we settle in this Sunday morning. So today we're focusing on legs and feet and grounding, what we call in yoga, classical yoga, apana vayu. So you're going to bend your knees and feeling your feet and straighten your legs. And I'm going to be careful with the neck movement today for one of you who's got vertigo stuff going on, okay? I'm going to cue that. Exhale, bend the knees, feel the feet, and inhale, pull up on the thighs. And just do that a few more times, your own timing. Exhale, bend the knees, you can look at your feet. And inhale, straighten the legs and pull up on the thighs, and maybe even lift the toes. Exhale, bend. Now this time on the inhale, you can open the chest. Most of us are a little collapsed in the chest, so sometimes it's good to just arch the back a bit more, bringing those thumbs back, opening the chest. And exhale, you can bring your hands to the lowest part of your belly and feel the legs and feet, the connection from the pelvic floor down to the feet. Inhale, opening. And exhale, grounding. Inhale, opening. And exhale, grounding. Last time, inhale. Exhale. Inhale, bringing the arms up to your place. I think all of you are okay with neck and shoulders, bringing your arms up. If not, don't bring your arms so high. Stretching really tall, lengthen, 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 and exhale. Let's do kind of Tai Chi style with the palms down, just to focus on that Apana Vayu. As we do this, let's do an exhale through the mouth and make a ha sound. Inhale, radiating like the sun out of the heart all the way around you. If you can feel that radiance all around you. And then exhale like a waterfall coming down from the top of the head down all the sides of the body. Now let's add Brahmari, that bee breath, as we exhale. Notice how adding that sound allows you to lengthen your exhale. And inhale. Exhale. And then we're going to go up onto the toes if this is comfortable. If it's not, you can hold on to a wall like this, or you can hold on to it like this, or you can just not go on the toes. And so inhale, we're going to go up on the toes, full Tadasana, radiating like the sun as you come up, getting into those feet a bit more, stretching nice and long. And let's do hands through the center as we chant Om. The end of the exhale, you can just bring the heels down, or you can even bend the knees if you like. Oh, there is the black bomber. Inhale, coming up. Oh. And inhale, coming up. And maybe make an intention linked to grounding. So if there's something you want to let go of, may I let go of fill in the blank, or may I be more present, more peaceful. And let's move into those legs a little bit more when you're ready. Just check my screen here. Okay. Okay, we're good. So coming to about 3/4 back on your mat, I've got a chair here that you can work with. There's also a wall. So those are things you can bring into class if you like. I'm going to demo with that and then I'll get rid of that prop. So my feet are together in Samastiti. I'm bringing my left foot forward one step and then I turn my back foot out. And this is Parshva Uttanasana, one-sided forward bend. We're going to inhale, bring the arms up. Yeah, and you can come forward with those blocks too. One of the students is showing that. Inhale, arms coming up. Palms facing forward is classical. You can, of course, adjust with the palms facing each other. Exhale, stretching way forward. Now, if this is too much for your back, this is a lot of weight, you just get rid of those arms right away. And you can come to the seat of the chair, or some of you will come down to the ground or on the fingertips or holding blocks. Inhale, coming up. If you can, arms straight ahead, moving first. Exhale, starting position. Doing that 4 times. The 4th time will stay. Inhale. Exhale, I'm going to show all the way to the chair this time, stretching long, 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 drawing the belly in. Inhale, extending the arms long, in line with the ears. Exhale, starting position. Again, get rid of those arms if you feel twinging in your lower back from the weight of the arms. Those are, it's adding weight to the pose. Inhale, coming up. Exhale. Inhale up. Exhale, starting position. You can keep that going with the chair. I'm going to share without the chair. I think a lot of you are not using a chair. Inhale, arms up. This is number 4. Exhale, extending nice and long as you can, as you draw in from the pelvic floor up to the belly button, coming to your place. Now you can modify again with the chair with blocks up on the fingertips, or you can bend that front knee. You want your thigh and your belly connected. If they're not, adjust the pose until you're safe by coming higher or bending the knee. Inhale, look up, exhale, forward bend. Now that back foot, if you're close to a wall like I am, you can bring that heel, that back heel to a wall, and that can give you even more sense of grounding in your nervous system, but also give you better balance. So this is a great way to stretch the legs and the lower back. If you've got vertigo, just be careful of bringing the head lower than the heart. You might want to just keep it up. So just be careful of that, lowering the head. And when you're ready, you're going to gradually come up. You can bend that front knee. And you're going to step back. Get ready for your pose on the other side. I'm going to start with the chair again. You do whatever you're doing. Bringing your right foot forward, the left foot turned out. The length of the pose just depends on you. It can be the same length as your leg, or it can be a little bit shorter. My teachers say whatever you do in that step, whatever you can do in that step, that's going to be right for you. Inhale, arms coming up. Jalandhara chin lock. Exhale, stretching forward and drawing the belly in. Again, you can come with your hands to the seat of the chair. You could have a bunch of blocks that your hands are on. Your arms can be straight like this too. And then inhale up. I'm going to show without the arms coming up, and then you add the arms at the end. Exhale, starting position. You can always skip this piece if you want. Inhale, arms coming up. Exhale, stretching forward. Another possibility with the chair is bringing the arms, the hands to the back of the chair. This gives you a really big stretch, especially through the lower back of that back leg, that left side. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, starting position. And notice if you've got any balance issues on one side, you can always widen the stance to create more balance. Inhale. Exhale, forward bend, long stretch, coming forward, maybe inching your way towards the floor. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, starting position. I'm going to do the last one at the floor. Number 4, inhale. You can do this 4 to 6 times, repeating and then staying. And once you find your pose, whether your hands are on the chair, on blocks, on your fingertips, or you're bending that front knee, you can keep your head up if that feels better, or exhale, forward bend, release the head down. Inhale, up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Now maybe you are able to just stay here now in the pose. That back heel could be at the wall as well. When you're ready, coming up, having stayed 4 to 6 breaths, I come up without the arms just so there's not too much weight, and stepping back. And notice how you feel in your legs and feet. So you're probably feeling some sensation in your feet, in your legs. Having done that, let's tie it together with Uttanasana. So that was Parshva Uttanasana, one side forward bend, now full Uttanasana. Again, you can do this with or without the chair. I'll show it with the chair to begin with. So inhale. I'm going to bring the arms side just for contrast. And exhale, forward bend. I'm going to interlock my fingers, stretch way forward. You could be holding your palms together as well. Stretch way forward, just coming halfway down. I'm using the chair to tell me where that is. Inhale, coming up. So this is called Ardha Uttanasana, half forward bend. We haven't done this in a while. Exhale, forward bend. We're not going to do the samastiti in between. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, forward. Inhale, up. Exhale, forward. Now we're going to stay here. Sthiti, inhale, looking up. So I've got my hands on my chair. You could have them on the floor, on blocks, etc. Exhale. You can also bend your knees. This can feel good in the lower back and in the knees. Inhale. So when you bend the knees, tracking over those second toes, this is tracking of the knees. And it can help just with getting that synovial fluid reuptake through the knees. If you're on the floor, this is full Uttanasana, going to the floor. Halfway up, Ardha, and then full. And then staying in the pose, if that works for you. For a couple of breaths, and then we're just going to come up. And notice how you feel. You might be a little lightheaded with that up and down, so you can always take a breath in between and lift your head and then come up. So just notice how you feel. So that can make you dizzy when you have blood pressure issues, especially low blood pressure. Just being aware of that. Okay. All right, so hopefully you can feel your legs and feet a bit more. We're going to go into those calves a bit more now. So again, I'm going to use the chair. You can also use the wall. I'll show that in a minute. So actually, I don't think most of you have chairs today, so maybe I'll show it the wall right away. I'll do this. So you can do this with the chair, but I'll do it with the wall. So I don't see many of you with chairs today. Okay, so hands on the wall if you've got one. Bring one foot back. Now the other foot, if you bring it right to the wall. So you can do this with your hands on a chair as well. Bend your front knee. Your back foot, make it nice and parallel. So you can do this again with your hands on a chair. And then you press away. You can see my feet. I might angle the camera down a little bit for you. There. Okay, let's try that. Yeah. And then bend that back knee. And then inhale, extend. Exhale, bend that back knee. Inhale, extend. This is getting into the two parts of the calf. So the soleus is the deep one that you get when you bend the knee. You also get into that ankle. And inhale, extend that. That's the gastrocnemius, I believe it's called. Getting the name. Exhale, bend. Inhale, extend. And last time. Exhale, bend. Inhale, extend. I'm going to step back into a wall forward bend, half forward bend, or some people call it downward facing dog at the wall. And then you're going to switch sides. You're going to move that left foot forward, right foot back. And ideally, you've got both feet on your mat. If you don't, like I don't, just be a little careful. So that back foot nice and parallel. And you want to bring it back far enough so that you feel a stretch in the calf when the leg is straight. And then bend that front knee and you'll feel more stretch. Exhale, bend the back knee. Inhale, straighten. Bring your head forward. Feel it even more. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. You have your chest up like this as well. Inhale. And then exhale, release the chest as you bend. So you can play with the movement of the chest, just have a different effect on that back leg. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. Okay, I see some of you not in the pose. I'm guessing maybe you don't have a wall. All right, so another way to do this, I hope you all have a chair, is through downward facing dog. Now, a lot of people can't do downward facing dog, so I'm gonna show the modification first with the chair. So hands on the seat of the chair. I've got the back of the chair at the wall. I'm coming back here. And this is stretching the back and the legs. So you can do that. Or if you can, coming to the floor. If you can. And then go on one foot at a time. Now you can do this on the chair. You can lift up one leg at a time. I'll show that in a minute. So exhale, switch sides and bring the heel down. Inhale, up on the toes. Exhale, switch sides. Just try that one side at a time. It's getting into the legs, the feet. This is great for plantar fasciitis. You can probably feel that deep stretch in the bottom of the foot. If you tend towards tightness in the calves and the feet. So if you walk and hike a lot or run, this is really important. And when you're ready, walking forward. Uttanasana. Forward bend. And then gradually coming up. And notice how you feel. Okay, that was a lot of work on those legs and feet. Let's move into some balancing poses. We did some of these last week. So I'm going to come off my mat and bring my camera up just a bit. Go. All right. So inhale, arms coming up to your place. And exhale, you're going to balance on your right leg and bring your left leg up. I'm mirroring you, like you're stepping. And then inhale, arms up. And exhale, other side. And just that. Or you can add on, exhale. Then inhale, extend the leg long. Exhale, leg up, flex the toes towards the nose. Inhale, up. So you can add that on or just step side to side. Exhale. Inhale, extend. Exhale. Inhale. You can do this really low. You can just do nice and low like this. Inhale. You can even use the floor for support. Exhale. Inhale. So you don't have to go very high. You can just do whatever you can. Yeah, thanks. All of you are trying to show me your feet. That's great. Thank you. I know with these cameras, sometimes it can be a little tricky finding exactly the angle. Now, when you stand with your leg up, try to draw your belly in. That's the Apana Vayu, and press the opposite foot down, and then inhale that length, that Udana Vayu, that upward feeling. And just finishing your last round. You're doing it at your own time. We did this last week. And exhale, release. Okay, we're going to bring the leg to the side now. So inhale, arms up. Exhale, left leg to the side, arms down, stretching the spine up nice and tall. Inhale, full Tadasana, arms up. Exhale, side. Inhale. For this one, I'm inhaling, flexing my toes, and exhale, I'm pointing, just because it works with the movement better. And you can keep this going, or you can add on. This just adds a bit more balance challenge. This is not per se a yoga pose. It's preparing for various poses that we do. This is a pre-yoga pose. So it's preparing for things like Utthita Trikonasana with extending one leg up. And sometimes that's called Ardha Chandrasana, but we just call it a variation of triangle. Find a place to look at about 2 meters in front of you. On the floor. And that's enough. Last round, just finishing up. And just notice those wobbly moments. And exhale. Okay, the last one we're going to take back. Just going to do this. There we go. Okay, that's better. So last one, we're taking our leg back. So inhale, arms up. Exhale, left leg back. Now you can have your hands coming to the seat of the chair, which will help your balance. That back foot, just toe the back foot down. So we want to go up, just try to put it down. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, forward bend. Inhale. Sooner you add those arms as you come up, the harder it is. Exhale. Now I'm showing it without the chair. You just bring your arms behind you. Inhale, coming up. Oops. Exhale, forward bend. Inhale. Just side to side, left to right. Exhale down, inhale up. Four to 6 rounds. I'm going to do my last round. Your arms can also be at the sides or in front. This is a variation of warrior, often called warrior 3 from the Iyengar tradition. And that looks like this. Now, speaking of that pose, warrior 3, let's just go into that. It actually really strengthens the lower back as well. I know a number of you want it to work with your lower back. So with the chair or with a wall, you place your hands down on the chair. And my shoulders and wrists are aligned, my hips and ankles approximately. And then I'm going to bring one leg back. I'm going to try to drop that hip down and just see if I can maybe even go forward. This becomes a different pose. It's a one-legged forward fold. So you can play with that if you like, and then switch sides. A little bit more intense. You can also do this holding the wall, or you can have your back foot at the wall, and your you could also have a chair in front of you. So this is kind of fun. Just got to get the right angle. Where is my wall? There it is. And you can do this. Stay for about 3-4 breaths. And then switch sides. So you're doing this either your back foot at the wall like I'm showing now, or the hands on the chair. You can have both. So moving towards Ekapada Uttanasana, one-footed forward bend. We've really prepared for this. And when you're ready, coming out, easier way to come out is bring the foot down and then come up. That's pretty intense. All right, now if you have a chair, we're gonna do something super simple now, because that was a lot of hard work. We're gonna sit in the chair and we're gonna do a forward bend from here. And you're just gonna come completely forward. Inhale, arms up. And I want you to notice, I know it seems really kind of lazy to sit down in yoga, but sit at the front of your chair. Inhale, bring your arms up. Exhale, bring your arms back to the back of your chair and just lengthen your spine. Just start with that. And that really gets into your lower back. And with that length, can you start bringing your rib cage forward on your thighs? So hold your rib cage. Some of you will know this from Iyengar's work. Draw that rib cage forward on your thighs and you'll feel your lower back lengthen. If it's tight on one side, especially, you'll be like, oh, there's my left lower back. There's my right lower back. And then come forward. And where do you feel it now? Maybe on a different side of your lower back. Now, some of you could take a belt and make a loop. Be careful, you're not going to fall off your chair. That on your straight legs and come forward. Some of you will do it without the belt. That is also pretty intense, surprisingly intense. You can always do this with one leg. It's a great thing to do while you're waiting for something. Waiting for someone to come on a park bench. You do it in a public space, someone might think you're sick, so be careful. I've had that happen to me. I do it at airports, this kind of move. Airplanes when possible, if you've got the space. So it's surprisingly challenging, even though you're on a chair. So this is moving into seated Paschimottanasana, or Paschimottanasana, sometimes it's said. Also add, you've got your pillow. Bolster. All variations. Just find your pose, whatever it is today, and just stay there. If your heels are hurting you, you can put a block underneath too. When you're ready, coming up. And release. I think that's a good transition towards the floor. So I'm gonna put my chair away. For our floor poses, if you could have a bed pillow and either a yoga belt or some sort of strap. Yeah, that would be great. Okay, and I'm gonna bring this down. And the dog is passed out. He made his entrance and then left, so that was good. Kuma's first yoga class. All right. So coming down, you can come down very eloquently if you like. Elegantly, I should say, or just come down any way you can. If you can come into child's pose, great. Otherwise, knees to chest on the ground. If you can do this, great. Otherwise, it's too much on the knees. Do not do this. So this is one of my favorite poses for my knees is Vajrasana, but a lot of people can't do this. So it's too much of a stretch. Do not do this. Do child's pose. If you can't do that, lie on your back and just hold your knees to your chest. If you can bring your knees apart. You feel that more in the hips. And again, alternatively, you can just sit in Vajrasana diamond pose. And you can stretch your thighs that way. I encourage you, if this is uncomfortable for your knees, to grab a blanket and just fold it and put it under the knees, or fold your mat. My teacher in India is always grabbing me a blanket to do this, even though I resist, just because it, as I age, it does definitely feel better. Okay, so you're either going to be here. If this pose hurts your knees, you can start here. Is everyone okay in this position? So this is lifted Vajrasana, or you can do full Vajrasana. And we're doing this as a transition. Yeah, I'm just seeing your choices. Thank you. Helps me understand you. Yeah, beautiful. Okay, so inhale, bringing your arms up. If you're lifted already, you just bring your arms up in that position, okay? So that'll be your starting pose either here or here, okay? It's the classical vinyasa. Exhale, forward bend. Bring your hands forward if you can. Inhale, Chakravakasana. Align your wrists and your shoulders, lift up. Exhale, if you can, you're going to go into downward facing dog. If you can't, go into child's pose. It's a very short downward facing dog. Inhale, knees down, lift the chest. Release the toes. Exhale, round the spine, pelvic floor, lower belly, belly button in, and round and round and round, and gradually come back. You might just come to here, or if you can, come all the way back if your knees allow it. Inhale, bringing your arms up. And you're up on your knees. Exhale, just bring the arms down, or also sit down if your knees allow that. Inhale, arms up. So my focus here is legs and feet. It also works the lower back. Exhale, forward bend. So some of you asked for the lower back today, so we're adding this. Inhale, lift the chest. If you've got vertigo, you might not want to look up. You might want to skip that neck movement. Exhale, tuck the chin in, tuck the toes under, come back. Stretch those ankles, those calves, the lower back. Inhale, coming onto your knees, lifting the chest. Release the toes. Exhale, pelvic floor, lower belly, belly button in, come back. Also, you can add bringing the hands in and releasing the head. That allows the center of gravity to come back. Inhale, arms in line with the ears coming up. Exhale, starting position. Now as you come down, resist gravity and try to bring your hands down exactly at the same time that your buttocks hits your heels. Or if you're just moving your hands down, focus on doing that very mindfully, mindful movement. Inhale, moving the arms a little faster than the legs to come up with your legs and your arms at the same time. Exhale, forward bend. So this is a vinyasa you could do in the morning, in the evening. Inhale, we're going to add a variation that you often see in the West. My teachers don't teach it so much in Chennai, but it's acceptable. Exhale, this is for the lower back. Round the spine, tuck the tail under. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, downward facing dog, or you could go to child's pose if this doesn't work for you. Inhale, lift the cat. Chaturvakasana, it's actually a bird. Mythical bird pose. Exhale, stretch the spine. Do that cat pose as we say in the West. Inhale, lift the cat. Exhale, child, tuck the tail under, come back. If it's comfortable, also draw the hands back and see how that brings the weight back. This is the classical pose of surrender or namaste for women in India when they do prostrations in temples. This is what women do. Men do full prostration on their bellies. Inhale, coming up, arms in front or sides if that's not comfortable. Exhale, starting position. So this is traditionally used as the transition vinyasa between standing and lying down in the sequencing that I teach from the Krishnamacharya tradition. Inhale, arms coming up. Last time. Exhale, forward fold. Draw that belly in. Stretch the hands forward. Inhale, Chaturvakasana. Now this time, we're going to just come here and we're going to add those legs. Now this might be challenging. I know for me with my wrist still healing, it's a little challenging, so we'll see how we do, how I do as well. I've been working my way up to this. Inhale, bring one leg back. And if you've got a wall, you can use that wall for support and just feel how that affects the leg and the lower back. Exhale, bring it down and go into child's pose. Inhale, other side, extend the opposite leg and lift the chest forward if that is okay for your neck and shoulders. And exhale, come down. Inhale, come up, let's stay a breath. Exhale, stay. Inhale. Keep getting that heat going. Exhale, come down. Inhale, come up. Exhale, stay. Toe that back foot down. So it'll want to be turned out. Try to toe it down. Inhale. Exhale. Last time, we're going to stay 2 breaths. Inhale, if you've had enough, just go into child's pose and rest. I'm kind of reaching my limit here. Exhale. You can always turn those hands out if it's hurting your wrists. And when you're ready, coming down, inhale up, extend the other leg back and bring it to the wall. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, coming down and release. You might notice now your forward bend is deeper. And we're going to lie on the back. So traditionally, I don't usually teach it this way when I do my group classes, and I thought I might today. Traditionally, when you're facing this way, when you're standing, when you lie down, you actually keep your feet the same direction and you turn your torso around. So if you want to try that, and the idea is that you're facing the sun when you practice or your teacher, and you want to keep your feet away from your teacher because it's a sign of respect. So when I first was in Chennai in 2001, the older teachers always taught that direction change. So some of you might know this from my classes, that this is how I often teach in live classes. So I thought I'd try it in the recording class. Okay, so just coming down, if you like, using a little bit of core strength as you come down, just gradually rolling down as you draw the belly in. Take a breath at any time, inhale. Exhale, this becomes almost like a boat pose. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And when you're ready, Sutasana. It's an active lying down pose like samastiti with your legs extended. If this hurts your lower back, just bend your knees instead. It's too much on the lower back. So we're going to do some leg work. I have my belt nearby because I'm going to use it fairly soon. So inhale, arms coming up overhead if that works. You can always have a bolster behind you, or you can just not bring your arms as far, or you can bend your elbows. Exhale, you're going to bring your left leg up and hold under that thigh. Inhale, extend, point the toes away. I'm using the wall, but you don't have to. Exhale, other leg, I'm flexing the toes towards the nose. This is working on core strength, but also stretching the leg. If it's too much, bend that opposite knee as you come up. You can just bend it, okay? For those of you with tighter hamstrings, just add that bend of the knee as you come up. Inhale, and then you extend it down. Okay, let's try that again. Inhale, arms up, tuck the chin in. Exhale, left. Inhale, extend. Exhale, right. Inhale, extend. Let's do one more round of that. Left. Inhale, extend. Exhale, bend. Bringing the leg up. Okay, exhale, bend the knees into the chest one at a time or both. Inhale, legs up, arms to your place, either to the sky or overhead, or you can bend your elbows. Exhale, bring your hands down. Just your hands, your legs are up. It's called Urdhva Prasrita Padasana. Okay, you got it. Inhale, extend your left leg down, leave the other one up. Maybe bring your arms overhead. Now you can bring it just a little bit away, or if you can, all the way down. It's a little harder than the last version. Exhale, use that core strength to draw the leg up. So this is working with the foundation of the mula, the root at the base of the spine. We call it the core in the West. Inhale. It goes from the base of the spine to the belly button in yoga philosophy. And that's our core in the West. So as you exhale, really use that core to move the leg. And you don't have to move it a lot. You can move it just a little bit. You can just move it like that. You have those arms, you can just skip the arms if it's hurting your neck. Try to use the exhale to move the leg. This is working the legs and the lower back. And the core. Last time, hopefully you're starting to feel that. Just bend your knees into your chest. Apanasana. Inhale, knees away. Exhale, knees towards you. You can do this without the hands so that you're working from the pelvic floor to the belly button more as you move the legs in. Then stay in the position. And hug the knees. And feel also the effect of this on the lower back. And moving on. It's going to be our last asana series. We're going to do some leg stretches. So starting with your left leg, looping it into your belt. So I like to have my belt looped, but you don't have to. And you can make your hands into namaste, stretch your other leg out, or keep it bent. And just in this position, exhale, drop that left hip down. Inhale. Exhale, drop the hip down. Inhale. You can always bend the knee if this is too intense. We work the legs a lot, so I'm just working on keeping it straight. Drop that hip down and feel the stretch more into especially that outer hamstring and the lower back. And hopefully the calf too. Switch sides. Keeping those hands in namaste so that the wrists aren't working as much. And you have better alignment, hopefully. So drop that right hip down. So the leg is up, dropping that hip down. Inhale, extend. Exhale, drop the hip down. That other foot can be right at the wall if you like, or bent. A few more times on your own. Exhale, drop the hip down. And inhale, lengthen. When you're ready, both legs up. Exhale, bring those knees towards your chest. Those legs towards your chest, rather. Keep the hips down on the ground. So this is like a supine Paschimottanasana, that seated forward bend we did. It's like a supine version of it. It actually kind of shows you what your real forward bend is without rounding your spine. Of course, when we're seated, we round our spine, which is fine. It's part of the pose. But she isolates the legs and the feet. It also deeply stretches that lower back. All right, so from here, our last pose today is going to be for relaxation and meditation. So you're either going to put your legs up the wall, or you're going to put your buttocks on a bolster or on a pillow. I've brought a bed pillow just so that you know you don't have to have all these special props to do this class. So I'm going to show it first, just freestyle. So in the middle of the room, this would be a pillow or a bolster. Bolster is nice just because it's firmer, but you can definitely use a pillow like this. And just your legs up. Or if you do have a wall available, keep that belt nearby because you're going to need it. I think all of you have done this with me before, either in person or online. So you're going to bring your whatever shoulder it is that goes to your wall. So bring your whole body to the wall and then swing your legs up. Just have that belt nearby, have that pillow or bolster nearby. And then if you can, it's a little hard, but use your arms like feet and walk yourself forward. Now, if this hurts your hamstrings, walk back until your hamstrings can relax. If your legs are tight, don't put your buttocks completely to the wall, okay? But if you can, completely to the wall, it's called legs up the wall or Viparita Karani. Viparita Karani is basically changing your perspective. So whenever I find myself getting a bit stuck in ideas, thoughts, opinions, perspectives, worldviews, ideas of right or wrong, which in my belief system are things that are not universally true for the most part. Some exceptions. Most things are just thoughts we have in our head and don't really have much else. I do this pose, these kinds of poses, to shake things up. Like you take a ketchup bottle and you shake it and just changes everything the other direction. So if you can, I'm going to take it up a notch. You're going to bend those knees, lift your hips, and bring your bolster or your pillow underneath your lower back, and that just adds a bit more inversion. Make sure it's no higher than your waist, whatever you're using. And you should be able to completely relax. If you can't, move yourself until you can. This belt can be on the ankles. Some people prefer the thighs. Some people want a belt on the thighs and the ankles. I'm just adjusting until I feel like I can completely relax. Every day is different, what that's going to be. Now in this position, my body's saying it doesn't want the pillow today. So just listen to your body. It will inform you what it wants. Just work on long exhale. Hold after exhale. 1, 2. Inhale, free counts. F-R-E-E, whatever you like. Exhale, long exhale. Hold after exhale. 1, 2, 3. Inhale, free. Exhale, long exhale. Hold after exhale, up to 4 seconds.
And keep this going on your own. Long exhale, hold after exhale to comfort. If you gasp for breath when you inhale, you held after exhale too long. Just increasing the circulation in the legs and feet. Wonderful pose to do at the end of the day or the end of a practice. Getting tingling in your legs and feet, come out of the pose and just move into Shavasana. Relaxation, lying down. And when you're ready, gradually coming out of the pose, if you haven't, and move into your Shavasana, relaxation. You can always put a pillow under your thighs for your lower back. You always put an eye pillow on your eyes. If you're newer to this practice, just focus the mind on the rise and fall of the breath. You can also modify it by making your feet parallel and have them at a wall. And as it cools down, you might want to add a blanket on your body. Keep warm. As you focus on the inhale and exhale of the breath, Just observing the breath, not controlling it. You might want to say inhale, let, exhale, go. Inhale, let, exhale, go. Especially if that was your sankalpa in the beginning of the class, your intention. Inhale, Om. Exhale, Namo. I surrender to what is. I accept what is. Having done my best, having worked hard towards my goals, I surrender the fruits of my outcome, of my action, rather. I surrender the fruits of my action. And this gives us peace when we practice this karma yoga that the Bhagavad Gita talks about, this yoga of action. We do our best, having thought about our goal. Surrender the fruits of our action. Yoga calls this Kriya Yoga, chapter 2, verse 1 of the Yoga Sutra, or in the Bhagavad Gita, it's called Karma Yoga, the yoga of action. You're entitled to your actions, but not to their outcomes. That's what the Gita says. Inhale, let, exhale, go. Might be feeling some energy moving down the spine, down the pelvis, down the backs of the legs, into the feet. This is the energy of Apana Vayu, that downward flow of energy. You might feel one leg more than the other. Notice that. You're ready, just starting to increase the length of your breath as you come back into your body. Start to move the hands and feet. Moving one knee at a time, rocking side to side. You can just end in the side child if you like, or coming up. That's comfortable. Close together. Noticing how you feel, having worked with the body, the breath, the mind. And perhaps you are now left with stillness, peace. Chanting Om Shanti together if you like, or just listening. Shanti means peace in the indigenous language of yoga, which is Sanskrit. Inhale. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Hari Namaste. Namaskaram. Thank you very much.